Awarded for life, Trailblazer Award won by Billy, starting in real estate at the ripe old age of 18. I want to talk about your journey, Billy. Stay tuned. So listen up. How are you?
Good morning, Mark Novak, the old man in a young man's body. I've been thinking about that all week.
That's what I call you.
I'm the young man in an old man's body. You're the old man in a young man's body. You're keeping up. I'm just here to recognize that.
Mate, it's that's if anyone doesn't know, that's what I call Bill in the office, the old man, the young man's body. And mate, congratulations to be nominated in the Trailblazer Awards with domain.com.au. It's a huge success. People out there often going, what does that mean? And we wanted to talk about that today, what it means to you, your family, your career, what the industry and domain. It's wrapped up in a couple of different ways. Mate, what big thing I want to ask you, because I want this to go out to 15, 16, 17-year-olds. It's an emotional journey. You're 15, 16, 17-year-olds. So wind back yourself a couple of years. You're 15, 16, 17 years of age. You're at school, and every single teacher, parent, whatever, is saying, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What did you say?
It's intimidating. I knew well before the job where I wanted to be. So I sort of had to work backwards. I knew all the little personal goals, buying a property, getting a nice car, looking after a family, all of that stuff, well before I knew what job I wanted to go into. So I think either way, whichever you get first, it'll work out. But if you don't know what you want to do, don't stress. Just worry about where you want to be, and then the rest will fill itself. That's my opinion, at least.
And so when you say where you want to be, is that like destinational or what's that mean?
For me, it was about buying a property and buying a property young. So I had to find a job that would allow me to save that deposit, i.e., pay pretty well. I fell into a lucky position where that, was allowed. And then it was about finding a career, not just a job, that would allow me to, grow a proper career, not just work hours. So it changed.
Why did you want to buy a property that bad at that age? How old were you?
I was 18 when I bought it, and I wanted to buy a property from young, but I set the number. I wanted to buy it at 18 once Mark Novak said I bought a property at 18. I didn't want to let that slip. So that's why.
And so you had that, why property? Why was this the motivator?
I don't know why property. I think property in our family has always been regarded as the best investment. I was having that money burn a hole in my pocket. I really wanted to spend it. I wanted to spend it on shares. I wanted to spend it on cryptocurrency. I wanted to spend it on all this weird stuff. And I thought, hang on a minute, why not just buy a property, a proper investment? So that's why it was property.
So out of the thousands of things boggling around your brain at the age of sort of 16, 17, you sort of ended up narrowing down, focusing in and getting in on that's what I want to do. That's what made you happy.
Yeah, I think property's nice. It's nice. It's tangible. You drive past it. You can live in it if you want. It's theirs, yours. Whereas all these other investment opportunities, they're all in the cloud. So it's a little bit strange as maybe as a first investment. I'm not saying they're, not a good option, but maybe leave that for number 2 or number 3.
And so we're winding back. You're out there, you're Googling around, and you're thinking, okay, that's what I've got to do. Got to buy a property. Then you thought, okay, I've got to get into real estate. Now, with high school, you're not really given the tools of any particular job to go into. But how did you narrow in on that? Because there's kids out there that are going, mate, I got no idea how to narrow in.
The best advice I can give to all those younger kids, which were literally myself, is use your year 10 work experience to get into a job that you can see yourself in. So for me, that was real estate. I did a week with Di Jones in the eastern suburbs. Absolutely loved it. Thought I'd love to do this a little bit more, but I didn't have a car at the time. So I had to find something more local. And then through a contact, that's how I met Mark. But you'd be amazed who will take you on for a week work experience. I know so many kids, Mark, that left it to the school to organise, and they just went on a building site for the week. Whereas if you're a little bit more proactive about it, ask around. There's so many top corporations that will take you in for a week, and you'll be amazed. I had a friend that did a week with a barrister in the city. Unbelievable.
That's incredible. So with you're thinking out there, okay, I'm thinking into real estate work experience. I've got to say, I've always thought that what we should do as a community is go from year 1 to 12. When you finish year 12, go to work for a year, then do your degree. Because I thought you can literally, within a year, you can transition to one perfect job, or try 2 or 3 or 4 jobs, choose a career, then in that career that you love, then get your degree. But you were fortunate to land it. So that journey, school, then you started saying to people, I'm going to be a real estate agent. Then you got into real estate. Was it an emotional journey once you got the job, or did it just sort of just flow from there? Did you have to think about it much?
Real estate, I really loved it. This is the part where luck came into it, and there's nothing you can, do to try and replicate this. I call it luck because that's truly what I think it is. I fell into a really good job with really good people around me that helped me on my both career and personal stuff. I think you can't really look for that, but if you surround yourself with good people, whatever industry, they will look after you in both career and personal goals. So that's that's been the best bit about it, really.
So what's that saying? Environment loads the gun and nature pulls the trigger.
Without a doubt. Like, seriously, good people around you is just, it's a recipe for success in everything. That doesn't just mean career, it's a recipe for success.
Mate, you're a legend. Now, all right, so moving through your career, different opportunities. What was the thing that was so? And if you've just tuned in, what we're talking about is, you're 15, 16, 17 years of age. You're not really sure about what you're going to do for a job. I do feel for these people that are moving your age, Billy, particularly younger, and because you actually don't know where you're going to live, who you're going to marry, what you're going to do for a job, your health. It's got so much up in the air. It must be just anxiety central, and it is, for all of us. We've all been through it, but it's fresh for you. You're coming through the ranks fast, and if you can help someone out there that's going through this sort of transition and these emotions, even just one person, that's just massive. You got your job, you got your career. What was after that?
After that, the career picked up off the ground. It was quick. It soon accelerated into out of property management, into sales, working alongside Lisa and Michael, which has been amazing. Now we're at a point where I was talking with my grandfather, Mark, and saying I really want to get on some sort of a committee, like a board.
Because you're close to granddad, yeah?
Yeah, he's a bit of like the hero, the home hero.
How?
I don't know. I think living away away from England with all the relatives overseas, you do get pretty close, and you keep that up over FaceTime. So yeah, Granddad's a big part of this story.
That's cool. That's very cool.
But yeah, so I was on the phone with him thinking, what can I do to get on a board or try and get my name out there a little bit more? And this Trailblazer Award comes across my desk. And I'm thinking, I've got to just have a go at this. How many entries can they get? And I didn't realize the scale of it.
Well, I don't think you, not until even receiving the nomination yesterday with the, reading through even just what you've received till today. Like, it's pretty like an award, but they're sending you a trip away and this and that.
I know. I was on the phone yesterday with Mark and I could not believe it. A pretty amazing email got forwarded through saying that I'd been shortlisted to the final 10 in the country and top 2 in New South Wales. So it's pretty amazing. I didn't realise that at the start.
Now, along that, like getting out of school, walking into real estate, did you doubt yourself? Like, did you get to that point where you thought, I can't do this? Am I good enough? This is too hard. Have I chosen the right career? It's going too slow. It's going too fast. It's too hard. Like, what were the emotions that you were feeling that you had to actually deal with? Because I think it's pretty nice on the outside just to be a cool cucumber and say, mate, just like, life is good. I'm smashing it. But if you can help someone out there, what were the emotions?
Yeah, there's a heap of it's a bit of a roller coaster. There's obviously a lot of ups and downs. You're tired often, you're stressed often. You don't really realize the progress you make until you sometimes get your head up and just take a look back. But rather than looking at the big picture, I think if you're ticking off those smaller goals in and out of the business, that helps you to keep on the right path. It does help you to get your head up and just have a look around every now and then to check the progress you're making. And I think you never really know if you're on the right track, but you don't have a choice. You've just got to do it. There's no other way to really make a start. You've just got to crack on.
Great parents.
Great family, great parents, great boss, great colleagues, great friends. That's the bit I'm lucky for. But I think it's what you do with that. You can look for those relationships, on the outside quite easily. There's a lot of help out there.
So, Trailblazer Award, congratulations for the nomination, one of 10 in the country. And I think that when we refer to today's subject and topic of awarded for life, I think, working through these last 12 minutes, 13 minutes, there's a lot of awards there that you can receive and that you do receive day by day, month by month, year by year. I think you got to stop and smell the roses. Billy, as you just mentioned, it's easy just to keep going and not being appreciative of things, of your highs and lows that you've had, and it's great to see it.
Appreciate it, Mark. It's Luke summed it up there. It's your circle, and it does make a difference. But I just think it's amazing. We really fortunate, happy, healthy, good family, but a lot of it was on the other side of the world, in England. So, had to look for some of this on the outside, and the only way you can get that is just by asking. And you'd be amazed how many people are you know, happy to help. Felix is a great example coming through the ranks, Mark, just like myself.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Here's to granddad, mum, and dad.
Ciao for now.
See you later.
Ciao.